Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new episode of The Final Verdict. I'm John Dodaro, and I'm joined with Carlin Jacob. It is our first movie review since we got back to being full-time here. And we are recording very late at night because we just got back from seeing Project Hail Mary in theaters, opening day, pretty much. And we got some thoughts we want to say about this movie. So this is going to be one of our traditional movie reviews, but I doubt we're going to go as long as we sometimes tend to do. But we will have our spoiler-free thoughts first. We won't spoil what happens in the movie. We'll give it a final grade, and then we'll talk a little bit spoilers after that, so you can stay around after to hear some of our thoughts. But we're not going to go fully in depth because it is a very complicated movie. Let's just say that there's a lot of science. There's a lot of science to it, so we're not the two guys that can explain science all that well. So just letting you all know that. So that's how it's going to be. It is very late, so we're not going to record super late. But Carlin, it is late. How are you doing this late night on a Thursday?
I am doing pretty well. Yeah, we just saw Project Hail Mary. I can't wait to talk about this movie. It's pretty late. But the grind don't stop. This is one of the movies that I looked at John. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fun conversation, like in a good way." Like we have, when I say that to John and John says that to me, it's normally in a bad way. But this is gonna be a fun conversation to talk about. I had a little bit of headache. My back hurts, but I don't know. I'll suffer through it for today. But how are you doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday now to everybody listening. And by the time this episode's out, it might be Friday already. So this was a great way to enter the weekend. Let's just say that. Now, before we give our thoughts, here's what the critics have been saying and the audience. This has a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes right now, certified fresh. The fans are giving it a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, universal acclaim this movie is getting. It is getting great reviews. People are loving it.
Now, if you put on top critics on the tomato meter, it has a 96.
Look at that. They're loving it. And that means pretty much all of the critics, but maybe a couple, recommend this movie. Will we be joining them? Yes, we will be joining them. Let's just get it out of the way now. This movie's great. This movie is great.
I am curious, though.
Yeah?
What did the Rotten people say?
Oh, God. You'd have to, actually search.
While the Save the Earth underpinnings of the plot never disappear, they come to play the second fiddle to what amounts increasingly sappy comic and species bromance determined to be the Space A's crowd pleaser. They gave it a C+. Let me see if I can see one more real quick.
So C+ a run?
Yeah. It's not worth nothing. The Project Hail Mary runs 7 minutes longer than the 2001: A Space Odyssey. The movie begins with the dawn of man.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple. So I actually have the Rotten Tomatoes app. Out of all of the breakdown, there are 204 fresh reviews and only 11 Rotten reviews. So only 11 people on the Rotten Tomatoes website don't recommend it.
And from the two I've read, it's pretty stupid. Yeah. So
this movie's good. This movie's really good. Let's just get that out of the way.
Wait, one more thing. Do you think it deserves the title Project Hail Mary?
The title?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because it's Project Hail Mary.
I guess.
Not to spoil much more, but
I guess we can have that conversation more in the spoiler. Let's talk non-spoiler, though.
Yeah. Now, this movie is directed and produced by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. When you click their wiki, they come up together because it seems like they direct things together. Now, some other things that they directed that people might know of. I'm looking. I thought there were a similarity. The writer of the book that this is based off, isn't it the same as The Martian? That's what I was thinking of. The book writer. Because this is based off of a book.
So they've only uncredited. They directed a solo Star Wars movie. They directed 22 Jump Street, Lego Movie, 21 Jump Street, and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. But they wrote Beyond the Spider-Verse
And
and
Across the
Spider-Man Across the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. Yeah.
They directed the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
That's what we know. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, too.
And 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street.
Yeah. So they got some experience, but this was definitely their biggest thing, I would say. The screenplay, it's based on a book by Andy Weir, Weir. And he wrote The Martian. That's what I was thinking of. And The Martian was another space movie that came out a while back. And yeah, that movie came out in 2015, so over a decade ago. So another space movie based off of this author. And Project Hail Mary. That is what the book is called as well. So I will say, if we for any chance talk about plot points or anything, obviously we're criticizing the book if we have to, because this is a faithful adaptation that I know of. I don't know everything that happens in the book and what they've deviated from, but let it be known this is an adaptation from a book. And it's great. I had a blast. It is a little long, so I recommend if you want to see this and you don't want to be tired, don't see it so late, because it's 2 hours and 36 minutes long. So don't see it super late. It is a longer movie. Yes, there are trailers as well. So,
well, I'm saying you add the 30 minutes.
Honestly, it got the point across.
Yeah.
Yeah, your movie experience at the theater will be about 3 hours. So keep that in mind, I would say. Its budget is huge. I'm looking at its budget right now. It's 200 million net and 248 million gross. So this movie is going to have to make like $500 million.
Yeah, they always say that. They always say
break even.
Yeah, they always say it has to make double to break even. Wait, I think it has to make double to break even. I think what they say, or it's double to make profit. It's either or.
It's double to break even. It's double to break even, and then like a little bit more because there's obviously marketing too.
But if
you want a basic gauge,
I hope this movie does well.
I hope it does too, because
it deserves it.
It does, and it's great. Its competition right now is not incredible too. Like there's no other big blockbuster. So I think this movie's gonna have legs until probably Mario comes out. I loved it for a lot of reasons. Now it is a little confusing. There are a lot of scientific terms and like microorganisms and all that are a little hard to follow. I think a rewatch of this movie will be extremely necessary once I get the chance to. A rewatch with subtitles will also really help me as well, because I probably could not tell you off the top of my head what the main little organism that they're tracking is. I probably could not tell you that. I don't think Carlin can either. So there is that. But Ryan Gosling is fantastic in this movie. The last thing we saw him in, there was more stuff before Barbie, but Barbie was a big thing he was in. But he was fantastic in this movie. And there's essentially a relationship, it's in the trailer, between him and a rock alien. And it's in the trailer, it's not a spoiler. But their dynamic is the heart of this movie. It's really fun. This movie's really fun. There are a lot of laugh out loud moments in this movie. It is a funny movie.
Very, very funny movie. The whole theater was dying, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. We saw it on the biggest screen possible.
So many great lines. Very funny. It was funny. It was serious at times. It was thrilling. There were a lot of thrilling moments in this movie that I was on the edge of my seat for. There were emotional moments. Like, this movie has a little bit of everything. Best way to put it. It has a little bit of everything. If you want some drama, there's some drama. If you want some comedy, there's a lot of it. Heartfelt moments, good visual effects as well. There are a couple moments in this movie where it just looks gorgeous. So I got to give credit to that. But overall, I mean, it was just a great time. What'd you think, just generally, about it overall? I'll give you the floor.
What I thought of this movie. The title of this movie, the title of this episode, by the way, let's get that out of the way, is Project Hail Mary is a 2026 movie of the year contender. We're not going to put that for every movie because if we did, there would be a lot of movie of the year contenders. But we're talking like the big ones that you think are going to do well. Obviously, like Odyssey, Doomsday, Dune, Spider-Man. Like, depending on like right now, like you don't know. But I mean, we probably would have given this title
It's good too.
one after another.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to say this title now as well because I don't think we've seen a movie yet that we're confident will be in our top 10 at the end of the year. I don't think we've seen a movie that's on that level.
And I think we will say that this will definitely be in our top 10s by the end of the year, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie, dude,
definitely.
Good. So good. One of my nitpicks was it's long. And there was a point in the movie where I was like, and John and I were kind of talking after, like, if it went any longer, it would have been dragging. But it didn't. It ended, I think, right where it needed to. And I think that was great about this movie. Ryan Gosling, great. His relationship with the pet rock. It was not a pet rock. The relationship with the rock. Great relationship. We'll get into that. Spoilers. We do jump in this movie, by the way. So just for people who don't like that, I know my mom does not like that, for example. If you don't like when movies jump between different plot points, it does it. But it doesn't feel bad. It's just adding it slowly into it. And it builds up to the reason of what's going on in this movie. Beautiful shot movie, dude. Great. There's not much notes on it. Obviously, there's a couple nitpicks here and there, and we'll talk about that in spoiler. But go see this movie. I really want this movie to do well. I think this could be in my top 5 for sure by the end of the year. 100%.
Yeah, I'm hoping this movie does well. This is almost like Sinners, one battle after another, where like I hope they do well. Sinners did really well. So this is like one of those where I hope it gets great word to mouth. I hope the critic scores help it. And I hope during this period of time, or maybe even some people are still on spring break, I don't know. I hope that people go out and see this because this is a movie I definitely recommend seeing in theaters and not waiting till streaming to see it. This is one of them, like, I would go back and see it again if I, like, genuinely wanted to go all the way out there. I probably won't, but
there are theaters
wouldn't say no.
There are theaters that show subtitles on the screen.
I would have also loved that because there were a lot of terms.
I'm not a big fan of subtitles on the screen.
I love them.
Like the first watch, no. But like if I wanted to go rewatch it, I had to go see it with subtitles because I kind of agree. You kind of need to understand more of the stuff in it. But one of the worries I did have in this movie is like we knew it was just going to be him. So it's just how much can they build on one human being being the center point of the movie. We saw how Markiplier in it and wasn't that great. But again, different movie. So
different budget too.
Different budget. Yeah.
Way different budget.
Way different.
Yeah. I also would say that what helps with that too, like a lot of it is Ryan Gosling on his own in a ship. I think what helps is the flashbacks so that we do like the way they space them out so we get like more interactions between him and other people throughout the movie. So I like the structure that they had. I agree with you at one point, like the ending might have not worked for a bit. Like it seems like you're getting to the point where like the movie could end here and it would be a nice happy ending, but then it kind of keeps going. Like there's another situation and I kind of got worried. Like, oh dear, are we gonna like overbloat the ending here? Like we had a nice happy ending. Are we about to do too much? Thankfully, they don't do too much, and I liked the ending that they went with. It worked, so I think they could have ran into a little problem near the end, but it resolved itself, and I was satisfied with the ending without saying what happened. So, not many complaints. Really. I mean, it is a bit long, so when you watch it, could impact your viewing. Some science stuff I don't fully understand, and a rewatch might help it. Um, not many complaints. I really don't have many. So I have more questions that I think a lot of them would be answered on a rewatch, and maybe a Wikipedia plot summary that I need to read badly too. So let's give this movie a grade. Give it a grade because we're not going to be here too long. Out of 10, what are you giving it?
You're gonna ask me first.
Yep.
It's like an 8 or a 9. Where are you leaning towards? Do you have like a specific number in your head?
An 8 or a 9.
Okay, because here's my thing.
Let's say that.
Here's my thought. I'm gonna give it an 8, but it's like super close to 9 territory because I want to rewatch this movie, and I feel like rewatching it again. I think I can give it a 9, but I don't want to do it and then we give it a 9 and then be like, actually, it's an 8.
That's fair.
Is that what you're gonna do?
I think I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I've done it before on here where I've changed my grade later on. I did that with Dune Part 2 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I had it at a 9. I gave it a 10 later on.
I remember when
So,
you did that.
yeah. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it an 8. I think at its very moment, because...
You gave War Machine an 8, by the way.
Oh, poop. I put War Machine down. Oh,
seen
God.
that yet.
Let's get rid of you. Okay. Project Hail Mary, I'm giving an 8 out of 10. I really think it's just because I don't fully understand every little scientific thing that they were doing. Like, what they were doing is probably right. Like, I don't think there's plot holes or anything in this movie. Like, it's just more of my brain not being able to process every single thing they're doing. So a lot of the emotional weight in the comedy and the suspense has to carry the movie and Ryan Gosling. So it helps. I'm really confident, though, on a rewatch and just further context, this could be a 9 out of 10. And even if it is an 8, still, I think this could be in my top 10 movies come the end of the year. I think it could easily be in there. It would be in the mix with last year's movies in my top 10.
The highest 8 possible.
Yeah, it is like, out of all the 8 out of 10s I might have this year, this will be at the top of the 8 out of 10s. It is a really high
Pending
8.
A 9.
Yeah, pending a 9. It is really good. I recommend it. Go see it. See it before bigger things come out, which might not be for a bit. And you adults listening, I doubt you will be seeing Mario. So,
but even with Mario, this can't contend with Mario. It's in a
different audience.
Yeah, like I'm sure your little cousins, my little cousins are gonna be like, I'd rather see Project Hail Mary than Super Mario Brothers.
Nah,
they ain't saying that.
Go see. Definitely go see this. Best recommendation I can say. Don't wait till streaming. Go see this now. It'll be one of the best movies you see this year. I hope a year from now it's in some award discussion because I think it deserves it.
Ryan Gosling deserves an Oscar nomination for sure. It's just
could see it.
It's just, will he get it is the question. I would say no.
I mean, he's got Oscar love. Like, they do nominate him. So
I know, but the movie's just so, like, someone made a good point. We're so far out from the Oscars. We're like over 300 days still.
Yeah.
But you're going to have The Odyssey with Matt Damon. You're going to have Dune with Timothée Chalamet. You're going to have all these other big movies that are slowly coming out with big Oscar nominations. Will Project Hail Mary still be in the talk by then? That's the question.
I'll say, like, Sinners in One Battle, they came out like May, like end of spring, beginning of summer. So, I mean, those were also early movies.
Yeah.
So this isn't too early, I would think. Like, it's not a January release or anything like that. But I hope it gets love a year from now. I hope it does. I hope we will be talking about this movie at the end of the year and next year into award season because it deserves it. So go see it. Best thing I could say. So, spoiler talk. We'll discuss some things. won't be crazy long. So if you have not seen the movie, I highly recommend you don't get yourself spoiled right now. Come back later. But if you have seen the movie, or if you just don't care to be spoiled, keep on listening, because the spoiler section starts right now. You have been warned. And I think our
We need,
connection has been getting a little better too. So
yeah,
that
knock
also
on
helps.
wood.
Knock on wood.
We need to create a section on here, by the way, of how many times we give this title out.
I don't think we're going to give this title out much. I think, like, a movie of the year contender. I think it's because this is so early in the year and there hasn't been any. It's fine. I don't think I'm going to call Doom Part 3 a movie of the year contender. I'll probably say something different. But this deserves it because it is the best movie of 2026 so far. And it's not even a debate. Like, 28 years later, The Bone Temple is my number 2 at the moment. And I think there is a big gap between the two of them. So the bar has finally been set in 2026. Let's just say that. The bar has finally been set for the top tier movies, which, thank goodness. Now, oh boy, that's a long plot summary. So I almost don't want to read through the whole thing, but the part I want to like try and clarify is the science. So I'm gonna read.
Good luck with that.
I'm gonna read this paragraph, which it looks like it has the science behind it. And my final reminder to everybody listening: we just got back. We did not get to watch a new Rockstar video. We did not get to watch breakdowns or anything like that. So we're figuring this all out for ourselves. So Ryland Grace, remembers that he was a middle school teacher and disgraced molecular biologist. Okay. The world is in shock after scientists observed the sun dimming. So the sun is dimming. I got that. Coinciding with the formation of an infrared line from the sun to Venus called the Petrova line. Okay. Scientists also determined that this dimming caused by a microorganism known as astrophage, they say that a lot, will result in a catastrophic global cooling of Earth within 30 years. So the Earth is cooling because of the astrophage. That's the problem. But, and I'm just going to say this off the top of my head, there is a planet deep away, far away from the Earth that is not cooling from the astrophage.
No, you're already getting it wrong.
Are we getting it wrong?
It's the sun that's not cooling.
Sun that's okay.
So it's a
about.
planet. It's a planet, but the sun isn't cooling. So they're trying to figure out why their sun isn't cooling and ruining the planet. Does that make
AKA
sense?
climate change.
Wasn't going to say it out loud, but you get my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so it's blocking from the sun from affecting it. It's what's in the Earth and that planet's atmosphere is why they're not cooling. Does that make sense?
Well, all they want to do essentially is study the astrophage that is at this other faraway planet. They want to figure out what's happening there. So they want to send Ryan Gosling out there. Essentially, you get the point. By the end of the movie, they want to send him specifically out there. And they've established that this is a suicide mission where you are not expected to come back from this. You are expected to go out, figure out what it is, send that back, and fend for yourself in space at that point. And the astronauts that were there were like, they already had like admitted, like, yeah, we're ready for this. Like, are you gonna use lethal injection? Like, what are you thinking? Like, they were ready, but Ryan Gosling was not ready, and that created some conflict in the last flashback that we got. So that's what they're doing. And there's more science. Grace discovers that astrophage is a cell which is impenetrable to any form of electromagnetic radiation, and that it breeds via carbon dioxide from Venus and energy from the sun. This is why it's an 8 out of 10, because I'm still trying to learn all of this stuff. It's a lot. I wonder how true all of this is too, or how scientifically accurate it all is. Um, so there's that. Then they go to the aircraft carrier with the world leading scientists and who have recreated the experiment. So they were able to dupe the experiment and also found astrophage to be an effective, if volatile, fuel source. Interesting. They explained to Grace that astrophage has been infecting other stars. This is what I was alluding to. It's infecting other stars, and there's one star that is not being affected. Tau Ceti. It actually exists too. That star survived, so they need to go out there. It's the key to saving the solar system. And then you had a question about this, so I'm curious. They introduce plans for Project Hail Mary. So what were you alluding to with like the title Project Hail Mary? So you were alluding to something.
Do you think it deserves the title Project Hail Mary?
Yeah. I don't know what other title it would be.
No, I agree. I don't know. Just
it was a good title.
That Ron Artis score made me kind of think about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good title. Like, it catches your attention. And I like the way they allude to it in the movie. Like, it's literally a Hail Mary. Like, there's nothing more beyond it. It's literally a Hail Mary attempt at saving the Earth. So, yeah, I don't mind the title at all. It's kind of funny, too. Like, there's a lot of jokes in this movie. There's so many. Like, before they announced Project Hail Mary, like, there was a scene where him and, what was the security guard's name? Chad? No, not Chad. The security guard that he befriended. Carl. Officer Carl. When they're just shopping at, like, Home Depot or wherever, and they're just having fun. So many funny moments in this movie. Shout out to Carl. He was a great character. So there's that science. And Hail Mary is essentially the ship, too. That's what they call it. The Hail Mary only carries enough fuel, astrophage, for a one-way trip. But 4 onboard probes, dubbed Beetles, are meant to contain the crew's scientific findings and be sent back to Earth. I got that. So the astrophage is the fuel for the ship. What else is there? I'm trying to find all the science that might have confused us. That's like my main goal right now.
Do you understand how they destroy the astrophage?
In what scene in particular?
The end of the movie where they take the ball, goes down, and they pick up what's killing the astrophage.
Oh, well, yeah. So where is it? So near the. Oh God.
Grace and Rocky find a planet which they dub Adrian. This contains an organism which preys on astrophage and keeps it from destroying Tau Ceti. Okay. Rocky offers some of his astrophage to Grace after learning that Grace cannot return home, to which Grace rejoices. While attempting to catch the organism from the upper atmosphere of Adrian, a breach in the full bay causes uncontrollable spin, which renders Grace unconscious. Rocky breaks his quarantine, gets him free. While Rocky recovers in hibernation, Grace finds a way to breed the organism, which he calls Tomoba.
Sure.
Which consumes astrophage.
I get that. So they find the organism on the star that they call Adrian, because Rocky and Adrian, Rocky movies. So they find the organism, and the organism is consuming the astrophage. And that's how they can save the world. And then, okay, so this is making sense. So the Tomoba has evolved the ability to pass through the zeolite containers that it's in, and because it eats astrophage is the fuel that Ryan Gosling uses. So he realizes that Rocky, we love Rocky, his entire ship is made of xenonite, which is what was holding the Tomoba. And he has to choose either to go back home and let Rocky die, or save Rocky and send the cure, I'm just going to call it the cure, back to Earth. and he chooses to save Rocky. Okay, I get that. That I get. I think that's all working for me now. Talk about Rocky. I love Rocky so much.
So glad they did not kill Rocky. I will say
Oh,
one of my
gutted if
nitpicks.
they killed him.
One of my nitpicks is that he had to go back to go save Rocky, right? And the reason he did it is because Astrophage was getting killed and his whole ship was made of it, right?
Yeah.
And okay, but it took him 50 days to get to him. When you think in 50 days it would have made something bad on the ship?
Well, they made it sound like he had time, like Rocky had time, like eventually it would kill him. Like I think they gave like a timetable, so like Rocky ain't gonna die immediately.
Yeah.
I'd say one thing, a tiny, really tiny nitpick. They did a lot of fake outs with like Rocky dying. Like they did 2 Rocky fake out deaths. The first time when he literally looked like he was dead, and then the second time where like his ship is about to be dead and he's gonna die. So they faked out Rocky's death twice. So I was like, come on. And they also like they did a giant part ways moment, and they didn't end up parting ways. Like they reunited so quickly again. But it was cute. I don't hate it. It was just like a tiny observation I had. But like the parting ways doesn't hit as hard now because they eventually reunite 10 minutes later. But I loved Rocky, man. He was so cute. Like one of my favorite alien robot or aliens now. I love the way that they figured out how to make him talk too.
The way he ate too.
Oh, I loved it. Everything about Rocky I loved. I don't have a single complaint about Rocky as a character. He was loyal. I wonder how he knew English, but I'm not going to question it because Rocky's a stud. He's an absolute unit of a specimen. I have no complaints about Rocky. I have no complaints about Ryan Gosling either in his character. Like their characters are great. The ultimate bromance. I mean, it's a bromance movie, and they had their emotional moments too. Like Rocky lost everyone on his ship. He had a mate, and when they're just talking one-on-one about their love life, Ryan Gosling talking to a rock, and it works. Like that's why this movie I think is just special, because a lot of these things typically would not work with bad writers or bad directors, but it all works.
Yeah.
Like all of these little things work. And like I want a pet Rocky. I love Ollie, but I would also love a pet Rocky as well.
I would love a pet Rocky. I love the way that they made him be able to understand too.
Yeah. Like how they were able to communicate.
Yeah.
I love that. And by the end of the movie, I guess they've been around each other enough where Ryan Gosling learns his language.
Yeah.
I got that impression. So I love that. I mean, because I didn't know much going into this movie. Like I knew Rocky existed, but I didn't know like their relationship would be the main thing. If Rocky didn't exist, I could see the movie becoming like Iron Lung, where it's just a dude alone in a ship and it gets boring after a while. So the fact that they added Rocky when they did, it like rejuvenated the movie. It didn't need to be rejuvenated at the time, but it did. And it helped a lot. So Rocky, fantastic. Are there any other questions that we had about certain moments? I guess the ending. So I guess it's a little open ended if Ryan Gosling is going to go back to Earth.
I'm think he's going to
at some point. I would think, but he also seems like satisfied where he is, teaching the young Rockies. Oh, that was so cute. Rockies. That was so cute. I think he's content with staying, but they left it open-ended for him to return one day. Though it did look like he was gone for a long time because the main girl, what's her name? Strat was her name. Her full name is Eva Strat. She was looking real old. Like she had white hair and wrinkles in the last scene. So if Ryan Gosling even returned to Earth, then it might not even be the same Earth.
I love when her karaoke scene where she sung "Sign of the Times" by Harry Styles, because
Yeah,
he's like they're all so serious about they're all so unserious about this whole situation.
yeah,
And I just love that. Yeah, according to Google, Grace lives on a biodome and Rocky's planning content to remain and teach science to children of Rocky species. That's what it says.
yeah. So he's
Also,
satisfied staying there.
I love the Beatles. How they called it the Beatles and they actually named it after the Beatles.
Yeah, the little pods that sent back the cure.
Yeah.
That was nice. They should have more simpler names for these terms. And I think I would have understood it a little bit. Like astrophage. Just call it like the black goo. Call it the venom. Something like that. Because it literally is venom. But I am understanding it a little bit more after the spoiler discussion. So maybe that will get me closer to a 9 now. I would say. It was just like the beginning. The beginning was fun. But there's also like a lot being said. A lot being explained. It could be very easy to lose track of it. I think the simplest way to put it is the Earth is cooling, climate change. Uh, the Earth is just cooling, and we need. It's because of reasons in space, but the Earth is cooling. There's a star out in the distance that is not cooling, and we need a solution. That is the simplest way to think about it. I think when you think of it like that, it helps. It helps this movie a lot. So that's how I'm going to think about it. Any other big points that we might have forgotten about? I would say the last flashback kind of came a little out of nowhere. I would say, like when it's revealed like they drugged him. I guess that caused him to have uh amnesia. I'm assuming that's what caused it. Kind of came a little out of nowhere. But it makes sense
What
too.
What was your favorite scene in the movie?
Oh god, my favorite scene.
I'll let you think. Mine
Yeah, you say yours.
Mine was the Lowe's Home Depot hardware store scene.
Oh, that was
where him
great.
and the security guard go shopping, and they're just so unserious about it. Start bullying. They stole Skittles. Or they didn't steal Skittles. They bought Skittles. It's such a serious movie, but they have so much fun with it. Like the comedy hits in this movie.
It
We were
does.
dying the whole time.
Yeah, there were a lot of laugh out loud moments, and even if like a moment wasn't laugh out loud, it was still like charming too.
Like Rocky saying "fist fight bump."
Yeah, God, I mean, I'd have to say just any scene with Ryan Gosling and Rocky, just any comedic scene between the two of them. Like he's recording his journals, and Rocky's like, "I can hear you." Like, what are you saying over there? Like, I can hear you, Ryan. Oh, there were so many great moments. Like, I think this is a 9. I think it's a 9. I have a feel. Like,
Or are you gonna wait?
I'm gonna put it down because
I'll join you.
I think I'm gonna have it at a 9. Like, I think this is on. So I think this movie is going to be on par with. Like, I think it's on par with One Battle After Another. Like, I got the same memorable charm from it when I saw One Battle After Another in this. I think Sinners is a better movie. Like, I would say Sinners is better. But, like, I think this movie is closer to One Battle After Another than some of my other 8 out of 10s from last year. I think this is a 9 out of 10. Like, I don't have many complaints at all. I would love to watch this movie. If I want to watch a movie again, it's a 9 out of 10, just like that. So I'd love to see it again at some point. So I think it's a 9. And this will be one of my top movies of the year. So 9 out of 10. It makes a little more sense. So that helps too. Just so many great moments that I can think of. Rocky also just helps. So in honor of Rocky, it's a 9 out of 10. So
there you go. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go. That's why you listen to the whole episode. So 9 out of 10. Any other last thoughts about this movie?
Yeah, as always, John always puts the our rankings in the description, so they might change. So if they do, like compared to like spoiler to non-spoiler, other way around.
Oh yeah, I'll put that.
They're always down there. So
yeah.
Go see this movie. Please go see this movie. I definitely know when this movie comes out on streaming. I'm gonna try to get the girlfriend to watch it.
Yeah.
I just had so much fun with it, dude.
Yeah.
So much fun with it. And I hope it does well because it deserves it. And I remember because the trailer was released a year ago, mind you. So John and I knew about this movie a year ago. I think John and I had no intention of ever seeing this movie.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, Ryan Gosling. I'll check that out on streaming. Like, I didn't think we'd be seeing this opening weekend. Let's say that. Opening night. I did not think we would be seeing this movie at all.
It's because I'm not going to be home tomorrow. But
still, we're seeing it right away.
We saw it right away. And it's thanks to the critics and the word of mouth that it got.
Yeah. Hopefully our word of mouth also helps it. So if this convinces anybody to go see this movie, that's great because it deserves it. I hope this does well. And I get the vibe of this movie like I did Sinners in One Battle, where when the first day this comes on streaming, I'm going to be watching it. Like the first chance I get when it hits whatever streaming platform it's on, I will watch it. Like
sounds good.
It has first priority. That's what a 9 out of 10 does. So it's a 9.
I don't think it can ever be a 9.5 or a 10.
Nah.
But
yeah. It's not. It's very hard to be a 10. It's very hard. So
we could have multiple 9s this year.
We could. I think it's gonna be a good year. I hope this is the start of a good trend here because we've had a lot of just good movies, but nothing on this level. So hopefully this is where things start to change a little bit. So thank you all for listening to this episode. Stay tuned tomorrow. Like for 99% sure it will be happening. Our Invincible Season 4, Episode 1 to 3 review. We already watched the episodes, so it's just more of reviewing them. We will get that out for you all, and we'll try to review that on a weekly basis. Next week is Daredevil. That will start up along with Invincible. So those will be the two things. And I believe Mario is next week.
No.
Is it not? Or is it it's the following week. Yeah, it is the following week. Okay. Yeah, next week I think is just Daredevil and Invincible. So stay tuned for those. Follow social medias as always, our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok, our YouTube, which this episode should be on as well. Follow all of those. You can find that in the link tree and link in bio. But other than that, thank you all for listening to this episode with Carlin Jacob. I'm John Dodaro. Have a great day, everybody, and see you next time on The Final Verdict.